Let's be real. For just under 100,000, there's a lot of other cars that have similar, if not better, performance with more comfort and reliability. But come on. Video of why I got a Shelby Daytona kit instead of a regular practical sports car such as a C8, which I think is a great car, or a Cayman or Boxster or something like that, which I think are all great cars for the same price that you can get one of these for. But here is a handful of reasons why. Financially, this makes a lot more sense, and not practically, but in the grand scheme of things, this is a lot more fun in the end. It's a lot more raw experience. Will prove your driving capabilities more, and overall, it's just a better ownership experience. Let me explain. The number one thing is financially, not number one thing, I'll just start off with this one. Financially, this car is very advantageous for me because I live in Missouri, so we have personal property tax, and I sent a letter to the state capitol, Department of Revenue, and explained to them that this is a 1965 replica, and can I please have a title that says 1965, because I would like to turn it into a historic vehicle, and blah, blah, blah. Asked them politely, sent them some pictures and everything, explained the situation. So they gave me a 1965 title. And all intents and purposes, this is a 1965 historic vehicle, even though this was built in 2020, according to Missouri. So, long story short, instead of paying $1,500, $2,000 a year personal property tax on a Corvette or a Porsche, I am paying $8. And on top of that, classic car insurance for this. Well, she's not my insurance agent anymore, so I was dating my insurance agent when I bought this. Didn't go well, but I got grandfathered into the rate. I think she hooked me up because this is $12 a month for $100,000 in full comprehensive coverage, classic car insurance. I'm not going to tell you the company though, but yeah. So $12 a month in insurance for a $100,000 vehicle. Of course, I only drive 2,000 miles on paper. Same thing with historic vehicle. 2,000 miles of personal usage and unlimited car shows and events and stuff like that. So it means easy to get around all that. But I only drive it 2,000 miles a year anyway because I'm just addicted to this thing. But let's get on with the video. So there's a lot of ways that this makes financial sense, and it goes on to my next point is I don't think this is really going to ever depreciate. Not in the same way a new car does, because this is timeless. Even though it might have a Gen 2 Coyote, it has stereo that's eventually might get dated. Who knows? It's got touchscreen Bluetooth radio. I mean, maybe Bluetooth, there's new technology in the future. Who knows? But I don't think that this is ever going to be obsolete. Like, you look at a C5 Corvette, and it's like, it's a dinosaur. Whereas this, I think in 20 years is still going to be very relevant. You go on the inside and everything's all analog, and you just can't get that. And speaking of that, it's the same thing with the experience, just the visceral, raw feeling of the driving, the sound. There's no sound deadening. And like I said, you can get something more comfortable, you can get something faster and everything, but you cannot replicate this feeling that this car gives you with a newer vehicle. Another thing to mention is if you open up this hood, you can get to basically everything underneath the hood very easily to diagnose this vehicle. I've had several wiring issues, just wires rubbing on something. It's part of having a kit. Just take apart the dash. I've been easily able to find every single bug that's on this vehicle. You can definitely say probably wouldn't be that many bugs in a brand new vehicle, but that's almost the fun in it, being able to work on it. And the other thing too is I can customize it exactly how I want it, make it personal. And you see a C8 or a 718 or something, got, put your own spin on it, wheels, wrap, maybe something like that, upgrade stereo, even throwing some turbos on it or something. Yeah, it makes it cool, but at the end of the day, you're just driving a Corvette. At the end of the day, you're just driving a new Porsche. It does not have the character that a raw, stripped down vehicle like this has. And that is that, and the financial reasons. And well, the number one thing is also probably the attention. I don't care what Corvette you have. You roll this down the road, and I got people videotaping me and taking pictures, and this gets way more attention than it. I mean, I'm talking about $500,000 cars can roll up to Cars and Coffee, and I don't know why this gets more attention than that does. I don't see myself ever getting rid of it.